Hi, my name is Luis Carranco, and my teammates are Reina Hurley and Marissa Aguilera. And today we will be discussing the problems and solutions found in educational systems. Reina?
Thank you. Education is important to the success of our nation. If everyone does not get an adequate education that's financially accessible, that is a safe environment, and equally funded, we can't succeed. Education inequality is a big problem in the United States. Education inequality is the lack of resources in certain areas of the country or certain areas of the city. It's when resources are unevenly distributed. Resources like funding, teacher training, and technology such as Chromebooks for students, computers, um, and things like that. Uh, solutions and goals for rectifying the education inequality is that government and community must work in tandem together to solve the problem. Equal funding and equal access to resources would need to be uh, together so that we can lessen the gap in the educational process. Luis?
Thank you. As you can see on this slide, there are a few key issues we need to address. First up, the rising cost of tuition. It's becoming increasingly challenging for families to afford college, which is a real concern. Another factor is reduced state funding for higher education. This has a direct impact on tuition and the resources available to students, affecting the overall quality of education. And of course, there's the issue of rising debt. Many students are graduating with significant financial burdens, which can lead to long-term instability. These are complex problems, but it's important to understand them so we can work towards solutions. Let's take a closer look at each of these challenges and see how we can make higher education more accessible for everyone. Next slide, please. Next slide. First, we could adjust fees based on family income. This would mean that families with higher incomes pay more while lower income families pay less. It's about creating a fairer system where everyone has a chance no matter their financial background. Another idea is increasing state investment in higher education. This could lead to lower tuition costs and better resources for students. It's based on the idea that the state sees higher education as a valuable public service and invest in it accordingly. Lastly, we could expand debt forgiveness programs. This would provide relief for graduates struggling with student loan debt, allowing them to invest in their futures and contribute to their economy. These are just a few possibilities, and each has its own advantages and disadvantages. But the main goal is to find solutions that make college more affordable and accessible for everyone, leading to a more equitable and successful society. Marissa?
So, school safety. What is the problem with school safety? As we can see throughout the past few years, there's been an increase in threats, bad behavior, aggressive students, just anxious students throughout the world, really. Um, and due to this, it makes the other students feel unsafe. It makes staff feel unsafe, and all the faculty that's within these schools feel unsafe. There's also been a lack of proper training with the teachers, the staff, faculty, anybody that helps within the school districts. With the lack of proper training, they're unable to properly support students who are either anxious because of their surroundings or are difficult, to address. Especially those who deal with mental health issues. And as my last point suggests, there's a lack of mental health support within schools as well. Not enough resources to help those students be able to find the help that they need. Next slide, please. So some of the solutions that we can do to help those problems would be to provide proper training for all staff members. That way they can know what to do should any emergency arise, or just to be able to handle students correctly, and be able to work with students who are having any kind of mental health issues. Another thing that can be done is implementing mental health programs. This will allow students to get the proper, resources and help that they need. Another thing that could be done would be to integrate social emotional learning into the curriculum. That way, students and teachers can work together to help provide those students that need the help more support. That way they can also, learn from one another and be there for one another when needed. Next slide, please. So in our conclusion, we found that creating an environment where students feel safe, they feel valued, supported, all of this is necessary. That way students can be successful with their education. So education needs to be financially accessible, safe, and equal for everybody. Next slide. This here is just the solution, or I'm sorry, what is this called? The Works Cited. So yeah, it goes over everything, that we use to help find these points and solutions. And that completes our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.